This race is about who's ready to represent the people of Georgia, and I'm thinking about them every single day.
But if he cut from the same cloth at 96% of the time, I'm running he and Joe Biden because they're the same.
Gentlemen, well, Georgia voters will head to the polls for early voting on Monday after Senator Raphael Warnock took on Herschel Walker in last night's debate. NewsNation correspondent Joe Khalil has more on the high-stakes face-off. Joe?
And Natasha, and this debate exclusively on NewsNation between Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker, the only opportunity that voters in Georgia are going to get to see these two square off and debate the issues on the same stage. And it came at a really crucial time. Right now, Raphael Warnock ahead in the polls just slightly, although we do expect this is going to be a tight race regardless. But as you mentioned, couldn't come fast enough. Early voting begins this Monday.
It was one of the most anticipated debates and perhaps the most closely watched race that could decide who controls the U.S. Senate. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock versus Republican challenger Herschel Walker.
My opponent has a problem with the truth.
You've gotten good in Washington not answering that question.
If the expectation was that the polished pastor, Senator Warnock, would easily best his new-to-politics former football star challenger, Herschel Walker, who's now dealing with scandal in his personal life, it didn't exactly play out that way on stage.
He not stood up to Biden. If he was standing up, he wouldn't have voted with him 96% of the time.
Walker stayed on message, repeatedly linking Warnock to President Biden, whose approval ratings are improving, but still under 50%. And Walker went after Senator Warnock on the border, student loan cancellation, crime and policing, and the state of the economy.
And you continue to pat yourself on the back, but right now, families are starving. Right now, families are hurting, and they're hurting because of the bills and the laws you're passing right now.
Senator Warnock, for his part, didn't lie down either.
When politicians, most of them men, pile into patients' rooms, you get what you're seeing right now. And the women of Georgia deserves a senator who will stand with them.
Hitting Walker for his abortion stance, lacking a health care plan, and his claim he worked with the FBI, prompting this memorable moment.
We are moving on, gentlemen.
I have to respond to that. And you know what's so funny? I am with many police officers.
Moderators scolded Walker for using a prop, breaking debate rules. The debate didn't dwell much on Walker's recent scandal, the allegation he paid for the mother of one of his children to have an abortion and pressured her to have another. Walker still denies all of it, telling NewsNation's Leland Vittert post-debate,
Doesn't want me to answer those things, and that's, guys, it's not about my personal life and not about his personal life. Is what you're going to do when you get to the Senate.
So, Natasha, interestingly, our NewsNation and The Hill analysts after the debate found that Raphael Warnock may very well have had the better night, but it was Herschel Walker's low expectations coming in that may have set the stage. He himself, Herschel Walker, said he was a huge underdog coming into the debate, so he may have met the expectations or exceeded them. Either way, that doesn't mean he necessarily won, but at least his campaign walks away from last night with something to be happy about. We should also mention the big guns are coming out for Democrats. Barack Obama going to be campaigning in Georgia and also in Michigan over the next few weeks heading in to Election Day. Natasha.
That's a big note. Joe Khalil, thank you so much. Well, NewsNation is the exclusive network home of the Pennsylvania Senate debate. It is the only place that you can watch Dr. Oz face off against John Fetterman. Coverage starts Tuesday, October 25th, 7 p.m. Eastern on Debate Night in America, live from Harrisburg.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.